program for my online course, The Art of Conversation, in 4 different categories. The Community Builder, for those who serve others. The Rising Voice, for emerging communicators. The Bridge Builder, for underrepresented perspectives. And the Determined Scholar, for those facing financial hardship. If finances are the only barrier between you and this training, well, let's hurdle that barrier. We're accepting applications right now at TavisTalks.com. That's TavisTalks.com. The priority deadline is February the 10th. So visit TavisTalks.com right now and let's build this table together.
I'm Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. If your relationship is in trouble, I'm the dude to call. Has your soulmate become your cellmate? Does black love still exist? What are your bedroom turnoffs? Fantasies and fetishes. Financial infidelity. I'm dating a fat person. Are they worth the wait? Trust me, this gonna be crazy.
How about the heavy stuff?
The child wasn't his, and he still had to pay child support.
It's a very heated topic.
How was that right?
Mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
I just have so many questions I want to ask you.
I just like to kiss it. Is there something wrong with that?
Damn.
He told me he had a vasectomy. I'm pregnant.
Betrayal has been committed.
Hit you with the bad pipes routine.
How does he maintain his humposity?
He likes it when it pinches my neck.
Why can't you open up, brother?
I'm a karate man. Karate man rules on the inside. They don't show their weaknesses.
Yeah.
How do you write women so well?
Zoe Williams,
Reason and accountability.
the voice of reason.
The process that I have just described is profoundly powerful, yet simple, could be taught to a child, and hopefully one day it will be one of the first things children learn in school. Once you have understood the basic principle of being present as the watcher of what happens inside you, and you understand it by experiencing it, you have at your disposal the most potent transformational tool. This is not to deny that you may encounter intense inner resistance to disidentifying from your pain. This will be the case particularly if you have lived closely identified with your emotional pain body for most of your life, and the whole or a large part of your sense of self is invested in it. What this means is that you have made an unhappy self out of your pain body and believe that this mind-made fiction is who you are. In that case, unconscious fear of losing your identity will create strong resistance to any disidentification. In other words, you would rather be in pain, be the pain body, than take a leap into the unknown and risk losing the familiar, unhappy self. If this applies to you, observe the resistance within yourself. Observe the attachment to your pain. Be very alert. Observe the peculiar pleasure you derive from being unhappy. Observe the compulsion to talk or think about it. The resistance will cease if you make it conscious. You can then take your attention into the pain body, stay present as the witness, and, in doing so, initiate its transmutation. Only you can do this. Nobody can do it for you. But if you are fortunate enough to find someone who is intensely conscious, if you can be with them and join them in the state of presence, that can be helpful and will accelerate things. In this way, your own light will quickly grow stronger. When a log that has...
Who is that? That was Alan. Oh, yes. That wasn't his voice, but that was his work. I recognized that. Ladies and gentlemen, the VOR, hour number 2. Tonight's topic is deep, man. The holographic hurt cycle. When you hurt others, you unavoidably plant the seed, right, of self-hurt, of self-harm. Let me give you an example. You know somebody who has a poor relationship with their mom. Maybe she abused them. Maybe she hurt them, right? And that person is probably justified for not talking, for not dealing with the mom. But as you grow and you heal, the opportunities may present themselves, right? Or maybe mom didn't abuse. Maybe mom just wasn't attuned, right? Don't you know holding that grudge is really hurting yourself? Right? Keeping that distance. See, we're not a society that has been taught to lean in to difficult moments. We are a society that has been taught to separate yourself, right, from everything that doesn't feel good. So instead of seeing the gift, Yes, the gift. I know people don't want to hear this, but there's a gift in being able to grow and evolve without what your mother was able to provide for you, whether it was attunement, right? Nurture, kindness, care. You heard Iyanla Van Zant say it. She was like, I was a great father, but I was a terrible mother, right? You heard her say that recently. At least I heard it. And what she was saying was the nurturing part as a mother, she was like, I was a protector and a provider. Right? But listen to this. Some children can grow up in that environment and be salty at the mom. I remember when I was a child, my sister was salty with my mother. My mother had a nervous breakdown after having 6 kids by the age of 27, living in abject poverty, 8th grade education. I'll put it out there, right? My sister was in high school. She was mad because my mom couldn't show up. My mother was on medication. My mother couldn't show up in the way that my sister needed her. So my sister held a grudge for a long time, and it was a contentious relationship for a long time. And then I became an adult, and I had to tell my sister, yes, that's your mother, and yes, it's okay to have expectations of a mother, but as you grow and mature and you see or you learn the context, your mother was raped. Your mother, listen, she raised 6 kids in the projects. When you get the context of why she couldn't be what you needed her to be, that should be the stepping stone. And it doesn't mean you can't feel the way you feel. It doesn't mean it's not erasing your experience. But if you're still it's almost like, I wish I didn't have that mama. Well, we don't have a time machine. We can't go back to the moment of conception. So you're actually seeding your own hurt by holding on to the what if of it all. Do you see what I'm saying? Listen, I'm not sitting here talking to you like I'm perfect. My relationships with sisters ain't always been great. No. Man, I'm abject relationship failure. I don't mind saying it. But this is why I'm so self-aware now at this big age. Do you understand? I wasn't born with a manual that explains what magical power black women are. I didn't have the manual. My mother lacked emotional attunement. So I had to grow and learn my blind spots. They just threw me in the lake of fire. That's how I learned. I learned from failure. The hardest way to learn. I didn't have a mentor. So again, I'm not here to try to make it seem like, oh, you guys are doing it wrong. I'm saying, if you don't deal with the hurt in you, there will rise a proclivity, a taste to hurt others. And they might be small hurts to you. They might be incidental hurts to you, right? But you don't know how it's recursive. That hurt is recursive. It's coming back. So again, you learn how to hurt people, right? Repeated harm, therefore, increases the probability that future stimuli will route through the same pathways. This matters because identity does not form primarily from self-concept. Identity forms from probability destiny, probability density. What this body tends to do, what this body prepares for, what this body expects. So each act of harm quietly alters the organism's future statistical tendencies. Not metaphorically, mechanistically. The person does not merely perform harm, the person becomes more likely to perform harm. That increased likelihood constitutes structural self-modification. Self-modification always carries a cost. A body that prepares to harm must maintain readiness. Readiness requires elevated baseline arousal. Elevated baseline arousal reduces capacity for rest, play, curiosity, and receptive contact. Listen to... They're going to fail me. They not who they say they were. That's hyper, right? What is... Are y'all listening to what I'm saying? This hypersensitivity, they're not gonna show up. Elevated baseline arousal reduces capacity for rest, play, curiosity, and receptive contact. Hypervigilance. Reduced capacity narrows relational bandwidth. Narrowed relational bandwidth produces relational friction. Relational friction confirms the internal prediction that others feel unsafe. That confirmation strengthens defensive posture. The loop seals. At no point does punishment enter, only feedback. This forms the first closed circuit of holographic hurt. Harm, neural reinforcement, elevated arousal, narrowed relational capacity, increased friction, more harm. There's your loop. Inside this loop, the organism experiences increased internal distress. What did I do to you to make you hurt me? No, it's what are you doing to yourself to call in the mirror of hurt that you are perpetuating internally? We got a caller on the line. Let's get him in here. I want to talk to him. Theo!
You're on fire right now.
What?
You're on fire, bro. I want to give you some feedback off of what you said. Like, everything is true to his word, how you breaking everything down. So I grew up in a household, right, where when little kids were around and the grown folks were in that room, kids weren't allowed in the same space where the adults were having conversation. And if you were in the room for the moment, they would tell you, go in the other room. Now, what happens when you take the society that we live amongst right now and have all the children in the room hearing whatever from each individual in the room who is an adult, and now the children are like taking everything that they hear and running into the street with it, and not having the ability to know how to resolve relationship.
So here's the cognitive dissonance. When you're as a parent, and if you're an unhealed parent and you're focused on direction, because that's most parents follow my direction. Most parents are not teaching presence.
Right.
Do you see? It's follow my direction, right or wrong. Follow what I'm telling you to do. Right? And typically, the ethos of that is backed up by bill paying. I pay the bills. I feed you. I clothe you.
Yep.
That means by default, you just got to follow me. Now, because they're not, most parents, and I'm not saying there aren't great parents out there, because they are. But good parents teach presence. They teach accountability. They take accountability. They show their children their wounds. And I'm not saying the children's wounds. They show the children their wounds.
Right.
This is what I'm dealing with as I'm managing you. Do you see? That's a parent.
I got you.
Because at some point in life, you're going to have to deal with the remnants of what made you, right? You're in my environment. I'm a work in progress. I'm still dealing with things in your presence. So let me show you how I deal with them by being present with my wounds in front of you. So you see how, say, an animal, a bear or something like that, will take the cubs out and show the cubs, like, this is how you forage. Don't eat these berries. Eat these. These are the types of, right, salmon, and we eat this part of the salmon, right?
That's heavy.
Do you see what I'm saying? Parents are supposed to say, this is how you forage the wilderness of your soul. Parents are not teaching children that. They're teaching children how to go to school, how to get an education, how to get a job, and how to get out, and how to get their hand out their pocket.
Yes, sir.
And then whatever unhealed wounds that may be present in the parent has been downloaded in the package, which is the child.
Yes.
Then that package gets delivered to a partner for unwrapping.
So that's heavy, yo.
Do you see?
So now, oh goodness, like, man, that's so heavy right now. You just took me on a whole nother frequency just now.
But that was
broke down my childhood.
That was the loop, right? So listen, the initial loop is, this is why I said the holographic hurt. The whole story is there. Hologram, hollow, holos, whole, grapha, graphic, grammar, whole writing. That's what holographic means. Whole writing. The whole writing of hurt is all over you. It's even embedded in the mask. So look at the loop again. Harm, neural reinforcement, elevated arousal, narrowed relational capacity, increased friction, and then back to more harm. Now imagine if that cycle raised you. You're going to have love and resentment for the... Do you see?
Yeah, that one hurt right there. Yeah, that one hurt right there.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, big time.
You're going to have love and resentment for that person. And then you're going to take this expectation into the relationship that the partner is supposed to be a type of psycho-spiritual relational supplement that actually supplements what your mom or your primary caregiver was unable to give you.
Right.
And it's like a silent contract. It's not even, for the most part, it's not even like just, overt. It's not, I need you to finish mom's job. It's not even that. It's subtle. It's unconscious. Does that make sense?
Right. Yeah. So it's
wait, stay right there.
Happening in the
Stay right there. Hold your thought. When we come forward. Oh, Theo done brought out the monster. Let's go.
The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings won't disappear. You're listening to the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. If you need help getting your resume in order, finding job training, or landing a job, we've got 3 great options for you. First, the City of Los Angeles has WorkSource centers across the area offering free job support. The California Workforce Development Board can help you with everything from GED prep to vocational training at no cost to you. On the federal level, the Department of Labor's American Job Centers offer a full range of services for job seekers and businesses alike. Visit careeronestop.org, or for more info, just call California's Help Center or visit cwdb.ca.gov or call 916-657-1440. For the City of Los Angeles programs, go to ewdd.lacity.gov or call 213-744-7300. All these services are free to help you get your next job. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
What's up? What's up?
What's up? We got to laugh the pain away.
Hey, KBLA delegation, happy Black History Month. Around here, we celebrate our culture, our community, and our contributions daily. But this year, as we observe the 100th anniversary of Black History Month celebrations, we're excited about our annual KBLA Talk 1580 Black History Month Luncheon, honoring comedy greats. On Thursday, February 26th at the Grammy Museum in downtown LA, we're toasting D.L. Hughley, Melanie Camacho, Earthquake, Munell, Dion Cole, and Martin Lawrence with a surprise guest appearance. A limited number of individual tickets for the luncheon remain, so now would be a good time to head to KBLA1580.com to secure one for yourself. That's KBLA1580.com. A little laughter goes a long way, especially in times like these. So come, join us for our annual KBLA Talk 1580 Black History Month Luncheon, Thursday, February 26th at the Grammy Museum. Again, tickets are available right now at KBLA1580.com.
Well, I hang around my boy. He been married for 6 years. Videotaping his wedding day, never watched it. Now and every day he watch it every day, but he watch it in reverse. Because he say he loves seeing himself take that ring back off of that finger. Walking back down that aisle, just waving at her ugly mama down the church, getting back in the limo, back at the bachelor party. Look how happy I was.
Honoring excellence, resilience, and achievement, we're at KBLA Talk 1580.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
I did my best, but I guess my best wasn't good enough. 'Cause here we are back where we were before. Seems nothing ever changes. We're back to being strangers, wondering if we ought to stay or head on out the door. Just once, can we figure out what we keep doing wrong? Why we never last for very long? What are we doing wrong? Just once, can we find a way to finally make it right? To make the magic last for more than just one night. If we could just get to it, I know we could break through it.
Hey, it's Kyle. And I think there's a day that my hair goes from cute to ridiculous. Like, it's in one day. It goes from I like it to just sprouted wheat. It's like, and today is the day. It's just a weird poof. I was meditating and I ended up tweeting something and writing it on Facebook, and it was nobody can hurt you. They can hurt your past story. They can hurt your expectations. They can hurt your false image of yourself, but they can't hurt you. And then I said, if something's hurting you, get excited because you're getting closer to what you really are. Ooh. And I got a lot of great comments on it, and a couple people asked me if I would elaborate on that. And so I thought I would. If you have an expectation, for instance, I'm going to be with this person forever. An expectation's different than an intention. If you have an intention to be with the person forever, that means you're going to aim for that, but you're not addicted to the results, meaning like you being with that person forever isn't your God. You getting that result of you and this person being forever isn't more important than what you are. An intention is different than an expectation. An intention is I'm aiming for that, but if it doesn't happen, I understand. It's not the end of my life, okay? So if you have an expectation with somebody, and then they leave you, they never break your heart. They break your expectation. They hurt the expectation that you had that you were supposed to be with this person. And the real problem wasn't that they left, because them leaving or them cheating on you or doing whatever they're doing is them where they are in their life. And one of the biggest reasons we stress is we try to control things that we can't control, and we don't control what we can. So if you're trying to control what someone else does, you're going to be stressed out of your mind, because other people have their own free will and their own abilities. So you can have your intention.
Is that Kyle Cease? Hey, man. Kyle Cease cooks with the rarest grease. Tonight's topic, the holographic hurt cycle. Man, how hurtful people indeed hurt others, only to ultimately hurt themselves. Theo, Charleston, South Carolina. Get back in here.
So on that last point just now, so if a person is focusing on the outcome of the person that they're dealing with and try to change it in a way where it's like, I'm changing my behavior because you asked me to. Is that performative?
No, it's intimate consumerism. The relationship, you perform for the product. Whether the product is punani or eggplant. Do you see? That's what makes it performance. The outcome. You're dating for outcomes. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. So,
and by performing, listen, the only way a performance can be convincing is if it's believable. It can't be believable unless you're present in the performance.
Okay.
Do you see? You have to be committed to the performance, right? But here's the thing about the spiritual nature of relationships. When you tap into presence, you're tapping into the God source in you. And this is what creates the cognitive dissonance in you. When you give yourself to the performance, there's something divine in you that's hurting you, saying, you're a liar. Yeah, you fooled them. And you only fooled them for now, because I planted the seed of discontent in them through the lie of your performance. How many times have you felt a certain way while you were in the act, and your woman tapped in with you later and was like, yo, what's up with you? Out of the blue. You thought, hey, I got through it. I did what I needed to do, but you planted something. Listen, energy speaks beyond all of the performance. You could have had the greatest time of your life, but there was a piece sitting right there that was off, right? Do you understand what I'm saying? Stay with me. Yeah. Don't go nowhere, Theo. We cooking. When we come forward, I'm going back to Winterfeld.
He's on fire tonight. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams, exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Amber Payton with BIN News Now. South Florida Democrats are calling for a permanent extension of temporary protected status for Haitians, a day after a judge blocked the Trump administration from ending it.
These are our community leaders. These are small business owners.
Party Chair Nikki Fried says Florida is home to about half of TPS residents and is urging a pathway to citizenship for more than 350,000 Haitians facing violence and unrest back home. A South Dakota bill that would make interrupting religious services a felony is moving forward. The measure passed committee and is now headed to the Senate Judiciary Committee following last week's anti-ICE protest at a Minnesota church that led to the arrest of journalist Don Lemon. And rapper Nicki Minaj says she began publicly supporting President Trump after seeing what she described as bullying and unfair treatment toward him. In a podcast interview with Katie Miller, Minaj says her stance was driven by watching how Trump was treated. Get BIN News now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
Think It Up is an initiative to activate student-powered, teacher-led learning projects. Students and teachers, how can you spark great learning experiences in your classrooms today? Join at thinkitup.org.
Hi, I'm Tavis Smiley. The tools to hold a meaningful conversation should not be reserved just for a privileged few. It is a skill our world desperately needs in every community, at every table. So I'm pleased to announce the Founding Members Scholarship Program for my online course, The Art of Conversation, in 4 different categories. The Community Builder, for those who serve others, the Rising Voice for emerging communicators, the Bridge Builder for underrepresented perspectives, and the Determined Scholar for those facing financial hardship. If finances are the only barrier between you and this training, well, let's hurdle that barrier. We're accepting applications right now at tavistalks.com. That's tavistalks.com. The priority deadline is February the 10th. So visit tavistalks.com right now and let's build this table together.
February 4th is Transit Equity Day. To mark the occasion, Metro is offering free rides all day on the 4th. Providing safe, accessible, and affordable transportation is a commitment Metro makes year-round. Learn more at thesource.metro.net. LADWP urges everyone to always keep safety top of mind. If you see a downed wire, don't touch it. Stay far away and call 911 immediately. Downed wires can be deadly. Whether you're at home, work, or on the road, always assume the wire is live. Together, we can keep Los Angeles safe and powered. Learn more at ladwp.com/electric safety.
Every morning, we rise and shine, make breakfast, and brush away the night's rest. These routines help us start the day off right. Nature-Made vitamins are a simple step in that daily care regimen. Multivitamins with daily essentials, clinically studied probiotics for gut health support, magnesium to help relax the body. Nature-Made is made to care for you every day. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
My mom has decided to learn to paint, and she's good.
My dad's now into creative cuisine, and I've already put on 6 pounds.
Learning new things comes with age.
My mom? She started forgetting my name and what we're talking about.
Forgetting well-known things doesn't. Memory loss may be a sign of Alzheimer's disease. Early detection gives you and your loved one time to plan for the future. Learn the warning signs of Alzheimer's at 10signs.org. Brought to you by the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
The California Crusader newspaper would like to thank all of our subscribers for their support throughout the years, proudly serving the South Los Angeles and South Bay areas for more than 40 years. The California Crusader is a multicultural, black-owned, adjudicated newspaper that focuses on providing newsworthy information to the people in our community. We're constantly looking for ways to assist businesses in our community to connect with our subscribers. We provide low-cost, effective ways to promote your business with our reasonable and affordable advertising rates. You can participate by suggesting, sharing, and submitting your stories on the California Crusader newspaper Community Share Facebook group page, or visit our website at cal-cruise-news.com. That's calcruisenews.com. Then click on the Submit Now button located on the top right corner of the homepage, or text CCN to 42828. Again, text CCN to 42828. The California Crusader newspaper, working together to build a better community for our future. Subscribe today.
Lena Bloom for the Bail Project.
Imagine you're stuck in a jail cell and you can't afford bail and someone offers you a way out. Just plead guilty and you can go home and kiss your kids goodnight. What do? What thousands have. You plead guilty whether you are or not. Cash bail makes poverty a crime. That's why the Bail Project helps those who can't afford it while fighting to end cash bail. Because freedom should be free.
Brought to you by the Ad Council.
KBLA Talk 1580. Talk Radio. That's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
Wait, nah, hold on. What you on tonight? Hey, hey, listen, man. Y'all don't understand, man. DJ and Dizzle, like when he get like this, we gotta give him his props. DJ and Dizzle on the ones and twos. Bring that beat back. Bring that beat back.
You know what I was thinking about? I think more people are emotionally intelligent than we care to admit. I think what's really lacking is emotional compassion. Like we sense the tension that other people carry. We just don't do much to ease it. People all around us are overwhelmed. They're just struggling. People have been hurt. They're trying to heal. They're doubting themselves, battling grief, failure, shame, trauma. And we know they are because we are too. Sometimes all someone needs is a kind word and a safe place to land, and they might need it from us, but instead of compassion, we lead with contempt. Instead of care, we serve up contention. Wow. We put people down instead of lifting them up. We attack instead of assisting, and then we wonder why when we need them, people become apathetic to us. I was on this Nextdoor app this morning, and one of my neighbors was having a hard time sleeping because of all the fireworks from 4th of July, and they have like all of these medical challenges and they want rest, and they tried to appeal to their community, their neighbors, and many of the neighbors on that app absolutely attacked this man, telling him, hey, there's an interstate, you can leave. But why do we do that? You know, for many of us, I think it's because our needs weren't ever validated and we deny others' needs as a result. Because life didn't treat us fairly, we make it unfair for others. I've been guilty of it. Right? There's that old saying that hurt people hurt people. But what if we flipped it? Just imagine what healed people could do.
Wow. Who was that, Andy? Ryan Dunlap once again. The VOR, man, the superstar of relationship talk, is back in the building. You already know what it is. We've come full circle after having come forward. KBLA Talk 1580. Little Africa town, Leimert Park. We up in here cooking with the rarest grease. Theo from Charleston, South Carolina. Are you listening to everything that's being laid out in front of you, brother?
I know I am. Right? I know I am. So when you ask somebody to be accountable for their actions, right?
Okay.
It's not saying that a person has to forgive you, right? But at some point, punishing somebody over and over and over and over again for a period of time to making it seem like they're going to change overnight. Change doesn't happen overnight now, does it, Zoom?
Wait. Let's go back to the request.
Mm-hmm.
because it's deep what you said, and I want to point something out.
Okay.
So let's go back to the request, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you said asking someone to be accountable.
Mm-hmm.
What is the intent behind the ask?
As far as the ask is based on someone's actions.
No. That's what I'm saying.
Something they call.
So if I'm asking my partner to be accountable, I'm asking now the question, what is my intent for asking for accountability? Am I asking because there's some wound in me that needs vindication or validation?
Thank you for saying that, Zoe.
Do you see what I'm saying? Because sometimes people are.
Thank you for saying that.
Or am I trying to control the person by trying to extrapolate the accountability out of them?
I've said that so many times. It doesn't even make any sense anymore.
Do you see what I'm saying? That's why I said,
yes, sir.
Let's clarify the intent behind the ask. Because I'm going to tell you, healed people don't need their partner to be like, okay, let me be accountable now. Healed people, I'm talking about people that are really invested in the healing process, are really observers of life. And they observe without judgment. But see, in a relationship power dynamic, right? That power dynamic is, you know you did me wrong, and it ain't right for you not to acknowledge it. That's low-level consciousness relating.
I agree.
When we're really healing, I don't need an accountability receipt from my partner. And they don't need one from me because we've embodied accountability. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean, come on, like having to be able to take off the mask and be like, you know what, I apologize. Starting right there is a lot right there. Just being able to come to the table and knowing how to apologize, because we recognize the time that we live in. People don't know how to do that.
So let's flip it another way. When was the last time you apologized for something you weren't asked to? these.
Yeah, I've done that. I know I've done that.
Right? People got to get asked for the apology. Why? Because they're self-unaware. They don't even know when they're...
Come on, Zoe.
I did that to you?
Come on, Zoe. No, you got other people listening right now. I want you to say that one again, please.
But I'm just saying, like, have you ever apologized to your partner without having been asked to?
So
you're apologizing because you're aware.
Skip down the road right now.
Right?
You better make me get out. You better make me get out of the car and skip down the road right now, because I know I've done that, right? And not have gotten acknowledged for it.
No, who cares about the acknowledgement?
Well, true.
But do you see? Let me tell you why the acknowledgement matters.
Go ahead.
Wherever there's a wound, there's a deficit. Wherever there's a deficit, there's a demand. So the wounded person, like take the AP, anxious, preoccupied. I'm saying I'm sorry because I want to be acknowledged for being sorry for something I did to you. Do you see?
Yes, sir.
So that deficit is always trying to get fed.
Cooking with hot grease right now, sir.
Healed people don't need nothing else to eat. They're whole.
I gotta get out the car.
Does that make sense?
No. Yes, it does.
That's what I'm saying. All this stuff but what I'm saying is all this stuff that has become normal for relationships. It's not normal. It's how you maintain wound supremacy. You hurt me, acknowledge it. Right? Do you want the apology because I'm genuinely remorseful? Or do you want the apology because it's a moment of weakness in me that makes you feel superior and in control? Do you see the hurt cycle? It just keeps going.
Oh, man.
Does that make sense?
Showing up. Yeah. Real heavy right now.
So, again, you and I have these conversations all the time. And I'm trying to tell you, man, don't put it on the woman.
I can't.
It's how you process it. It's how you process it.
True. They have a way of letting you reflect and look at yourself, right? Even my consciousness comes to me and intervenes and says, "Feel." Now you know you was wrong for that.
No.
Go back and apologize.
No. You're taking what I'm saying in a different direction, right? What I'm saying is, when I say don't put it on the woman. See, you got two different universes that aren't connected. That's perspective, right? You can't experience the relationship through her lens. So any explanation where you're trying to force, right, the rationale of it, it's making sense. You're trying to make her see your reality. Don't do that. Just be present.
Okay.
Just stay present. I'm not here to judge you. I'm not here to condemn what you think, but I do have a different perspective. Can these different perspectives coexist even if they don't agree? That's it. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Listen. I get that now.
We always trying to convert each other to each other's understanding, and that's why the hurt is always in effect. Do you see what I'm saying? So oftentimes in a conflict, I'm listening. I hear you. I understand what you're saying. I can understand it intellectually, but I can't understand it experientially. But I'm listening and I'm open to hearing more. Does that make sense?
Yeah, most definitely.
That's how this gotta work.
I wish my brother was on the line for that one just now.
Hey, man, guess what you just did, Theo?
Oh, brought Charleston into the building.
Charleston, man, we appreciate the call. If you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call me 1-800-920-1580.
Relationships. Got you confused? Need some straight talk? This is where you get the unfiltered truth about love, relationships, and everything in between. He breaks down relationship dynamics with no-nonsense wisdom and practical advice that actually works. Tackling the questions you're afraid to ask and giving you the answers you need to hear. You're inside the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Yo, it's Zoe Williams, the VOR, and I know you're tired of pretty gems with pretty lies, where people seem to scroll more than they sweat. Well, it's time to level up. Welcome to Huff and Puff, where excuses die and champions rise. Smack dab at 1221 North La Brea on the corner of Fairview. This ain't a photo shoot, it's a battleground. Certified achievers in the game. Trainers who grind with you, not post pictures beside you. Whether you're chasing your next personal record or just trying to outrun your past, this is your sanctuary of sweat. No mirrors, no filters, no fluff, just pain, passion, and purpose. Stop talking, start training, huff hard, puff loud, be legendary. Where folks go to war with their weaknesses. Huff and Puff.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 reminds you, when we fight, we win. The Youth Justice Coalition is challenging America's addiction to incarceration and discrimination. YJC works to dismantle policies leading to mass incarceration, law enforcement violence, and the school-to-prison pipeline. Their approach, transformative justice, community intervention, free LA high school, legal defense, and system monitoring. YJC promotes safety without relying on prisons. Their goal, prevent system contact and help people exit the system through direct action, advocacy, and education. Want to get involved or need help? Call 323-235-4243. That's 323-235-4243. Join YJC in creating change. When we fight, we win. KBLA Talk 1580, your voice for justice. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Hey there, Los Angeles. This is James Lucky Jr., publisher and editor of Los Angeles News Observer. Are you hungry for news that matters to you in the African-American communities of Los Angeles? Well, buckle up, because we got the scoop you've been craving. Stay in the know and never miss a beat with our free weekly publications conveniently available near you. Or hop on the digital wave and become an exclusive subscriber at OGNSC.com. Don't forget to join the party on Instagram and Twitter at OGNSCINC for behind-the-scenes access and sizzling updates. No more FOMO. Let's stay informed, connected, and empowered together.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Girl, you are to me all that a woman should be, and I dedicate my life to you always.
A love like yours is rare. It must have been sent from up above, and I know you'll stay this way for
You read the title, the hook. Just hear me out, okay? On the surface, we all know that growth is uncomfortable. We understand that. We know that life will test us. It pushes us. It forces us to evolve and to adapt. But here's the reality. We don't actually want to experience pain today, especially with all of this talk around mental health. It's like we've convinced ourselves that any discomfort means that something's broken. We've made it a habit to chase healing for every little hurt. Like pain itself is something that needs to be resolved. And I get it. No one wants to feel emotional pain, but when you live in this way, it makes many of us emotionally fragile. Pain is a part of being human. Sometimes you're just supposed to feel it, learn from it, and keep it moving. Everything that hurts you isn't trauma, or doesn't have to be, because trauma is your perception. And everything that challenges you isn't damaging. Everything that makes you uncomfortable isn't a wound to heal. Sometimes life just hurts, and that's okay. You don't have to go to war with every emotion. You don't have to break down every struggle to make sense of it. And you definitely don't have to label every difficult moment as something that needs to be healed from. Sometimes the pain is just growing pains. Sometimes the hurt is just life pushing you to become stronger. And if we keep chasing healing for every little hurt, we're going to miss out on building resilience. We're going to stay stuck in cycles of fragility, constantly waiting to feel safe and bothered before we...
Listen, Raquel Hopkins, I love you, sister. Because you're going to miss out on the chance for developing resilience. For many people, resilience and the development of it is an expression of being stuck. It's not good. Building resilience, that's like being stuck for many people. Man, Listen, I don't know who told y'all that relationship was just for good times. Listen, I don't know who told you that, but it's not. I told you, relationships are designed to strip you nude. And if you try to maintain control, if you try to stand your ground, listen, relationship is a place of flow. Now, flow doesn't mean anything goes. But flow is aligned with presence. Do you see what I'm saying? So many of our wounds have these guardrails up and we're calling them boundaries. They're not. They're not. They're gates. They're cages. Because we don't trust the world. We're hypervigilant all the time. We're aroused all the time. Somebody's going to disrespect. And that's what we're looking for. You know how many people, have you ever dated somebody or known somebody in your friend circle that took a little bit of pleasure out of people failing, out of people being hurt? You gotta listen. If harm produces short-term regulation, that's a red flag. If dominance temporarily quiets a person's inner chaos, if control temporarily reduces your partner's uncertainty about life, this temporary quieting trains the nervous system to associate the violation of others with relief. Gosh, association forms. Relief becomes contingent on harm. At this stage, harm no longer functions as expression. Harm functions as regulation strategy. Regulation strategies that damage others will always damage the self that it came from, that it originated from, because they rely on maintaining internal states incompatible with safety. You cannot regulate through threat and simultaneously inhabit peace. Those states require opposite autonomic configurations. So the person must remain in a state of elevated arousal, right, to access their regulation tool. Have you ever been around somebody like that? Wired, jacked, looking for the threat, and you trying to love on them. The regulation tool, therefore, perpetuates the very dysregulation it attempts to solve. The holographic hurt cycle. The second closed circuit, internal distress equals harm, temporary relief. The harm of others, temporary relief. Reinforced harm pathway, increased baseline distress, then more harm. That's the second cycle, the second loop. Listen, I'm Zoe Williams, the voice of reason, man. I start conversations like this. It's really up to you to finish them. You know I'll be back tomorrow. It's Wholeness Wednesdays with Precious McGill. We gonna cook with the rarest grease. I love y'all, but I gotta bounce.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Tammy Eswick with BIN News Now. We're traveling 30 minutes outside of Chicago to Harvey, Illinois. The black mayor of the city there, Mayor Christopher Clark, passed away unexpectedly this week.
Well, it's a very sad time for Markham, Harvey, and the South Suburban area that Mayor Clark has passed away.
Now leaders are trying to get someone else into the spot. At issue is that neither of the two nominees received the required